Aloha, guys. You're tuned in to another segment of Humble Ambition. You know what's so crazy is the fact that I wasn't really gonna come on. I was actually gonna live broadcast on Miko, and then the spirit of God just kind of told me like, "Hey, you had an awesome week. Why not share?" So, I'm sharing. What's up, guys? So my name is Lala, and Um, let me share this podcast. I'm gonna share this podcast to places I've never shared, and I'm gonna let God work. Cause it's He and not I. It's always He and not I, guys. Yeah. He has been so awesome this week. Awesome. Like, when I say awesome, He has done some things. He has done some things this week that I would never think. And I'm like, yo, what is really going on? And so let me get this out real quick. So today, so on Sunday, alright, let me just start from Sunday. Fast forward, okay. I have always felt in me that I always had to double check. I've always been self-convicting, and I've always thought that I had to have some sort of affirmation from somebody. And I don't know if you guys feel the same way, that you always have to have somebody telling you, or have to have some sort of like okay from somebody to keep going forward. You know, like a pat in the back, like keep going. You know, you're doing great, like a cheerleader. You know what I mean? And 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 I always felt like I had to have that. You know, and I always felt like I had to have that from this one person, and that was my big brother. Every decision that I made in my life, I felt like I needed his approval, and everything in, because I was always his biggest fan, And I always wanted him to be mine. And me sharing this, maybe this is God's way of breaking me and letting it out there, yeah? And whether he tunes into this or not, this is for me. And my walk is for me. Um, and I promised myself that I was going to give it all this time to God. And I'm not going to seek, and nor do I need, anybody's approval but God's. I love everybody, and I plan to, with the love of God. And so Sunday, what I'm saying is this: my choices and my mistakes do not define me, and and my past does not define me. Who I am, and God defines me, and who God sees who I am through Him and His grace is who I am right now. And so for people that has been to my podcast and heard my past, um, what I was going with and why humble ambition is, right? And things that I've overcome. So, on Sunday, on Saturday, Bug had a match, and it's been like a week in Stumpton, and Bug has been going through this whole thing with his dad, where Bug is like angry at his dad, and it breaks my heart because there is nothing, and I know my siblings don't agree with me with this because I don't really care how they feel about it because it's me, and it's my heart, and I never want Bug to be angry with his dad because he has a dad, you know? And I would never want my brother's kids to be angry with my brother because when we grew up, we never had a dad. And so I encourage Bug to love on his dad, even though he's absent. And the respect I have for that man is completely different. I'm not biased because of the respect or the love that I have for that man. It's his dad. And the respect that Bug should have for his dad still should stand because it's his dad. And so he has a right to be hurt, but the respect should never leave him. And so after the fight, I tell Bug, hey, I said, Bug, I said, I know you're angry with your dad. I said, but, he'd do anything to be here, right? He said, yeah, Mom, okay. And I raise Bug, not try. I raise Bug to be forgiving because I was raised to, you have to have a forgiving. My mama, was not a forgiving person, trust me. But I know that in the Bible it says you have to forgive to be forgiven. And I don't want Bug to be bitter because it took a while for me to have a forgiving heart, and I want to practice that with Bug, and I want him to grow up to be happy in life and to be forgiving and to be humble, and so I want him to practice this now while he's still young, and so after his fight, he's happy, he's going, and he wins his fight. And he, as soon as he wins his fight, the kid that he fought walks out of the ring. Like, really, like doesn't even give him a handshake. Like, walks out of the ring, and I tell Bug, like, hey, go over there and shake his hand and hug him. And the kid walks out of the ring and ignores him, and Bug's like hurt and stuff because the kid just walks right out of the ring and ignores him. And I said, whatever you do, win or lose. Because before his match, we went into the bathroom and we prayed. And I told PJ, like, hey, whatever you do, win or lose, you give God glory, okay? He said, okay, Mom. I said, trust me, you're a good boy. And so after his match and he won, I said, you go hug that boy. So he goes to give this kid's mom, he goes to give the kid's mom a handshake, and she walks away from my son. It took every ounce of respect for me to just stay in my seat, you know. I mean, do that to an adult, but, you know, for a kid to come up to you and be like, hi, Auntie, and for you to walk away, I mean, really? And I just told Bug, it's okay, son. Reached out and hugged my son, and went to church the next day. I sat down with PJ the night before because my brother gave him a father and son talk that he needed that night, and was kind of hard on my son, and taught my son how to appreciate what I was doing as a single mom, because it wasn't easy, and I cried that night. Because I felt like my son wasn't appreciating the things I was doing as a single mom, because it was hard, and I was struggling because you don't speak it as a parent because you don't want it to be like it's a burden because you love your kids. Trust me, parents. I know you don't want to speak it because you don't want to make it seem like it's a burden because you love your kids, but it's not a burden. But it's okay sometimes to say, damn, God, I'm struggling, you know? But that's what God's there for, to hear your cries. Cry unto me, God said. God said, I'm here. He's there. He's there for you to cry unto him for everything. Not just when you need something. He's there for you to cry unto him when you're weak, when you're hurt, when you're frustrated, when you're lonely, when you're disappointed. Everything. Even when you question him. And yeah, question. You know, some people say, oh, you can't question God. Then why does the Bible say, test me? Test me and see if I won't. God wants you to be open, honest, and transparent. He's honest. He's He can see whatever you are gonna say before you say it. He knows what you're feeling. He knows what your heart is thinking. He knows what your mind is thinking. He knows what your soul is feeling before you say it. So any doubt, any thought, any dream, any whatever, there is no hiding from God. So why? Why would you think that He doesn't want you to tell Him if you're doubting Him? Really? Really? Like, for real? Like, for real, for real? No, I don't get it. Like, for real, for real, for real? And so, after that, we went into church, and my brother gives us $5, and I'm like, okay, so I take Bug to, I wanted to go to Tomorrow's, because I was thirsty for, like, iced tea, because I love iced tea. I only drink iced tea and tea, and lemon water. And so I go to, I was like, hey, Bug, we can go to Tomorrow's, and Mom can get my iced tea. And then I'm like, okay, so we go to Tomorrow's. But you know what? That whole week before that, God was speaking to me because I was having some things going on with my big brother issue, like I told you. And then he shows up at my house and gives my son that whole big, daddy talk. And then the whole approval thing, right? I told you guys about that. I just told you guys about before this. Now keep track of me because I like to go all over the place, and you gotta know me to listen to me. Anyway, so we end up at McDonald's. Yeah. So I wanted Tomorrow's, but we ended up at McDonald's. Holy Spirit's taking me. Don't worry. And so we go at McDonald's, and then Bug's like, Mom, look, they have the dollar for dollar thing. So I'm like, oh yeah? You're like, yeah. No, Bug has his own wallet, so I let him do his own thing. So I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to teach Bug how to be responsible right now. So he's like, okay. I was like, what you gonna buy? I'll buy a Big Mac. Okay. So he orders a Big Mac. The guy says, I said, how much you got here? $5. Okay. What's the total? 18 something? Whoa. 18 something. How much you got? $5. But we ain't got that kind of money. Okay, so, okay. I was like, Bug, just get your bundle like how you always do. He's like, okay, Mommy. So I was like, okay, can we get the bundle? And he's like, okay. So we go back to the bundle because, we eat Rockefeller and stuff like that. So he gets his bundle, and then he sits down, and then right when we sit down, I say, hey, Bug. I was like, it's okay, Bug. You know what? You can work on your budgeting. I said, but God is still good, and we just had an awesome day. Service was awesome. Tell me what you learned in service. As soon as we sit down, this old man walks by and blesses Bug with like a couple bucks. We didn't even count it. With a couple bucks, and I was like, whoa. I said, oh. I was like, say thank you, Uncle. He's like, thank you, Uncle. And Bug's still on his high from winning his match the night before. So I was like, wow. And then Pastor walks in, Pastor Pebbles from our church. And I go to say hi to her, and I said, hi, Pastor. I said, you're looking pretty today. So I go and kiss her, and I walk by, and I say, hey, Bug. I said, hey, son. I know you just got that, and I know that we're strapped, I said, but why not go and plant that seed in good grounds? I said, go and bless Pastor Pebbles. And he was like, okay, Mom. So he goes and he blesses Pastor Pebbles, right? So he goes, he blesses her, and he comes back. I said, Bug, I said, I need you to trust Mommy with this. For some reason, something's speaking to me, and we just got to go with it. He said, okay, Mommy. So we sit down, and then Pastor Jimmy, her husband, goes to wash his hand, and he was like, hey, how's it going, champ? And I said, oh, hey, Pastor Jimmy, I just saw your wife. And I was like, it's funny that you said champ because he just won his first fight last night. And he's like, for real? He fights? I'm like, yeah, he's a skilled fighter. He boxes and kickboxes. He's like, no way. I was like, yeah. And then I told Pastor Jimmy about Bug's fighting club. And for those of you who listen to my podcast, you guys know on my Instagram, I always show Bug's fighting club. It's called West Side Striking. West Side Striking is a small, humble fighting club out here in Waianae, Hawaii that doesn't charge any of its members. It's run by Mike Talulotu. It's hashtag Talulotu built. And it's a humble fighting club. He doesn't charge any of its members. And all the coaches dedicate their time to coaching these kids. So all their expenses, all their food, all their equipment are all donated. Their gym that they practice at are all donated by other fighters, by Yaki Pitolo, by Yancy Medeiros, by all these wonderful fighters out here in Waianae, Hawaii. And that's why I say, God is so good. To put me in front of people that will pray over these boys and this fighting club, like, you have no idea how God is working in our lives. Like, I told Bug, the seed you planted just now will bring blessings to that club and will bring blessings upon you, Bug, and your talent. I just need you to be humble, son. I need you to be humble. Like, I don't know why we ended up at McDonald's, because we never do. We usually go straight home after church. But I don't know why God or the Holy Spirit brought us here. But we're here in McDonald's, and Pastor Jimmy and Pastor Pebbles are here, and we're talking about your club. And everybody knows about this club, but nobody, like, all they see is this club. Oh my God, they're always fundraising. All you hear in this little town is they're always fundraising. Yeah, they're always fundraising because none of these kids have a 2-parent home. Most of these kids have a 1-parent home, a single-parent home. Yeah. All their gears are passed around from kid to kid. They're so humble, these kids. Bug alone, his shorts went from one kid to another kid. I know. His shoes that his dad bought was too big. And I told Bug after the fight, he said, Mom, do you want me to go get my shoes? I was like, for what? It's not going to fit you for like another 3 years. Just give it to him. Because that kid's mom, it was just her. And she had 3 kids. And I didn't even know the story. I just said, give it to him. Even though I know I was going to get flack from his dad, I wouldn't, whatever. But God is good, and I know God's going to work because God always comes through, and God is a faithful God. And so my heart felt content, and we left there, and we came home, and I see, and I know Bug. He's still a little kid, so he doesn't understand what just took place at McDonald's. All he saw was his money leaving his hand, his money leaving his hand because he want money, right? And so we came home, and I was like, I had to sit him down because my heart was still like, okay, he's not understanding. Mommy just took his money. So I sat him down on the bed, and I said, hey, Bug, I said, I need you to understand something. Come here. So I sat him on the bed, and I said, hey, Bug, I said, you trust Mommy? He said, yeah. And I said, okay, sit here. I said, you know, when your uncle told you about trusting Mommy, he said, yeah. I said, I need you to trust Mommy. And I said, you know, Bug, I've never trusted anybody in my life. I never knew how to trust anybody in my life. But today, your brother, the money that your brother gave us, I had like $5, $4 left. And I knew that I wanted something to drink after church. But something told me to trust me. Trust me with all. But my head was telling me, you should go to the store after church and grab you something to drink. But my heart was telling me, trust me with all, everything. And then my mind and my heart was screaming, and then my soul was screaming, give me everything, all. So I sat and I grabbed all of the money that I had left, which is the last $4 in our wallet, and I put it in the envelope, and I didn't put my name, and I put seed, and I closed it, and I didn't close it, and I was crying, and I prayed over it, and I just sat there, and the pastor said, God, I pray for the seed that they are sowing, and I pray that whatever they're giving from their heart, that you bless them, and that whatever they're giving, Lord Father God, that you hear their prayers from deep within their heart, that they are giving all. And that was the confirmation Mommy needed, and that they are trusting you with all their heart. And Bug, that was a confirmation Mommy needed, because that was God speaking to Mommy to trust in Him. And Mommy never ever trusted anybody but God. And so I need you to trust in mommy. Because mommy is trusting in God, and I need you to trust in God with mommy. With all. And he cried. I cried. And then it's pretty much what it is. And then we made that video about taking a break on social media because Bug says, Mom, I think we need to take a break from social media because there's too much people like always trying to talk to you. She's always trying to talk to you, Mom, and So that's how God is working. And then just after that, like the girl that I bumped into was going through the same situation that I went through with my ex, and she ran away from it, and I'm telling her not to run away from it, and I just want to be sharp. So I kind of want to stay in the Word, and I know it's not going to be easy, but I know it's a journey that I want to prepare myself for, and I know that I'm excited for, and I know that I'm so deeply, deeply, deeply in love, and I want to I want to know him. I want to know him. I want to know him more. I know him. But I want to know him more. So I want to share a song. It's from Tasha Cobbs. It's called Gracefully Broken with you guys.
Just lift your worship right there in this moment.
Gathering these signs and multiply. All that in him lives my love to declare, set me on fire. Set me on fire.
Come on, sir.
Let me play another version of this song because it's better. Like for real, this other version is better.
Break you to promote you, break you to put you in the right place. But when he breaks you, he doesn't hurt you. When he breaks you, he doesn't destroy you. He does it with grace. Anybody been gracefully broken? Woo! Thank you, Lord. Thank you. So, Father, tonight we're broken before you. Thank you for handling us with grace. Just lift your worship right there in this moment. All I have in these hands is multiply. All that I am inside my heart. Set me on fire. Set me on fire. Having these hands and multiply. All that I am inside my heart. All
the altar again. Set me on fire, set me on fire. Here I am, God, arms wide open. Broken down, my life gracefully broken. I said, all of your name, your mighty love stands strong to the end. You will fulfill your purpose in me to fulfill. You will be with me. You will be with me. Yeah, God, arms wide open. Pouring out my life gracefully broken. Here I am, God, arms wide open, pouring out my life, gracefully broken. Come to Jesus now. Go to Jesus now. I'm holding nothing back. Holding nothing back. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. Love with me, I will do gracefully. I'm strong when I am weak. I will be free. All power work in me. I will be gracefully. I'm strong when I am weak. I will be free. Gracefully, I'm strong when I am weak. I will be free. I will be gracefully. I'm strong when I am weak. Free. Here I am, God, arms wide open, pouring out my life, gracefully broken. You know, when I share my testimony, I don't share my testimony to condemn anybody. I share my testimony from me to uplift anybody's day who is not having a great day. Nor do I think I'm better than anybody, because I'm not anybody to be better than anybody. Come on now. I strive. The only person I strive to be better than is the person that I was yesterday. I struggle every day to be better than that person. And her name is Lela. I tell you, she a diva. Um, the church that I go to is Ark of Safety. It's in Mall. So whoever is listening, if you're from the 808 state, come and check us out. Um, we actually go on, like, there's like live feeds on local channels too. So check airtimes too. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's an awesome word. We have like midweek services too. We have night services too. It's awesome, and youth services. So come and check us out. Shout out to Eric Loco and Denver, of course, iHeartRadio, and go and check him out. I just wanted to come on here and just shed some light on your guys' week, because it is gonna be hard out there. Spread the love, and don't be so hard on yourself. God's a good God, and just remember that love is free. Yeah. I'll check you guys out later. I'll come on Thursday and see what's up with everybody. Knowing, I got a long week too, because the devil's a liar. And check your feelings out. Because be a sound mind. When you walk out, throw on your armor of God too. Ask God to help you throw on the armor of God. Because the armor of God ain't no joke too. For real, for real. Helmet, like the helmet of salvation is, priceless. For real. Because the devil likes to play mind tricks. So, I love y'all. Peace.